Now, let's stick on sport, and one of your favourite blokes in the country, Tim Blair, Peter FitzSimons, former rugby bloke of some form of another. He's had a swipe at rugby league player Tedesco from the Sydney Roosters. Teddy Tedesco got knocked out. So Peter FitzSimons goes into print saying this guy ought to give it away. He's had too many concussions, give it away. Now, never mind how that might anger or confuse or worry his family. Never mind that this might be something for Tedesco to actually, consider himself in consultation with his doctors and his family. No, Fitzy says give it away.
Now, I know that Peter's paid for his opinion, as am I, as all of us on this panel. But does he ever stop and think that he might let the paint dry a little bit before he rushes into these sort of things? Does he ever think that maybe, given his recent record, actually his record going back some decades now, of getting things incredibly wrong, given that record, he might actually pause for a second and maybe just, or even write the exact opposite of what he really thinks, and for once get it right.
Yeah, maybe loosen the bandana might help. Now, Mark, I've got to get your thoughts on this court case in Switzerland, where a number of women have challenged their government not doing enough to prevent climate change. They've actually won the case, and they're women in their 70s, and they got special consideration from the court because of their age and their gender, they're more susceptible to global warming. I would have thought in Switzerland, if the planet gets a little bit warmer, it might help them get through winter, rather than be a threat to their lives.
Well, no, thank God for these women, Chris. They're forgetting their hot flushes. They've figured it out. They've found out it's the Swiss that were responsible for this climate change nonsense the whole time. Everyone pointing their fingers at China, racist. It was Switzerland the whole time. They're the ones to blame with their chocolate and little knives and everything. They're the ones that have been causing all this problem, all this nonsense.
Here we are.
It's actually a pretty scary case because it does open up the floodgates. The idea of not doing enough to mitigate the damages caused from climate change. That is genuinely terrifying from an international
It is a worry.
That's
if
really
we see
scary.
that in the Australian High Court or the US Supreme Court, we're all finished. But yeah, it does do in the theory that Australia is killing the global climate. You're right. It's actually Switzerland. No one mentioned China. No one mentioned China. They get off scot-free.